Hi guys, good morning. It's the 16th of June and it's 10:15 almost in the morning here. So let's take a look at US30. No, I did not trade yesterday just because I didn't really see any entries that met with the rule. Could have taken one, I believe. But no, I did not trade. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys what I think. Overall, I'm on a daily right now. I kind of just drew this, so it was a downtrend, right? And then we had a reversal going up where there was break of structures to the upside. Now we do see I do believe now price is going to tank from here. Right, so obviously I'm going to use this as my first TP and I'll show you guys why, but I do believe price is going to come right back down. Okay, so and this is a pennant. I think it's called the pennant if I'm not wrong. Okay, so I'm not very familiar or rather good with remembering names, but when I see a pattern, I just feel like I can recognize it if that makes sense, guys. So I'm just drawing it out based on what my visuals are. Having said that, I'm not one to totally go off like moving averages or not no sorry not moving averages, support resistance, where price just bounces off stuff. I do believe I do need more confluences, and so therefore that's why I do like zones and like my moving averages and so on. They hold better congruent confluence for me, or more affirmative ones, compared to just patterns. But just based on this in itself, I do feel like price is going to come down really soon today. So as of the whole general analysis, I'm looking for shorts, okay, unless I see otherwise where patterns where price action is giving us break of structure to the upside further. But yeah, so this is on a daily. Now I'm just going to kind of remove this just so that it doesn't get messy. Now I think it would get a bit messy for you guys. Okay, so what you do see here is price at a premium zone right now. Okay, so I do believe price is literally going to tap right back down. Okay, so it is not, and normally when you hit a premium zone, price comes back to the equilibrium. There is good fair value gap here, so we want to bear in mind this fair value gap level as well as the zone that's here. Having said that, at this level here, at this zone, where at 33,200 all the way to 32,800, or rather 33,000, sorry guys, 33,000 to 32,800 would be a zone where price would do a retest again to see if it is going to give us a further drop all the way to the discount level, which is right here. Okay, which I would say, let's say, I'm just trying to find a proper even number, guys. I find that retail always likes, yeah, 31,400, but these are all zones that you want to kind of keep an eye on. Okay, having said that, so this will be the first TP anyway, so I've written here as well. So whenever I take a sell up here, this is the TP that I'm looking for it to come here to kind of give us of whether it's a rejection back to the upside or whether it is going to go back, because look at this trend line. Can you see? So it could literally come here, do a wick, and literally go back up there. Okay, so this will be a good analysis in terms of like to tell us whether price is going to keep dropping to the discount or whether we want to carry it back up again. So I'm just looking for a proper sell entry right now, like the best sell entry, if that makes sense. Okay, because price is still giving us a little bit of what do you call that? Price is giving us, oh, what did I just delete? Okay. I'm trying to just get rid of this guy so he doesn't hoover around. This was just a markup I did. I haven't really gone in. I haven't taken any trades whatsoever yet. Okay, so I'm going to drop it down to So if you notice here, I gave you guys a 5 minute break of structure, but I'm going to actually go down to an hour in a bit. I go up to an hour. Okay, so you guys can see yesterday price did make a wave up here to form a higher high. It did come down here to give us a change of character to the downside. All right, so what happened here was when it did a change of character, we know the price needs to come to a zone to do a retest before we take it back down again. Okay, so that's exactly what price has been doing. And obviously, this was a breaker structure for me, right? So I would have considered, I'll tell you guys now. Yeah, so at this could be a considered a breaker structure. To be really fair, I would have thought, yeah, this is a breaker structure. Okay, so this is why I marked it up as a 5 minute break of structure there, and this is going to be a 15-minute break of structure which I have broken out yesterday. Let me just see. No, so your 15-minute break of structure actually now changes, guys. So it doesn't remain here anymore because you started to form new highs, new lows. So I'm going to put it as this. Okay, so this to me would be a new 15-minute break of structure. And the 5 minutes obviously would have changed as well. So let me just shorten this because we don't need it that long. The price has moved. So really, I would say price it's going to do a lower here. So somewhere around here. But having said that, it's very similar to this range where the 15 minutes is. Okay, guys. So at the moment, I'm just going to have to wait for price to close here to form different levels before we consider this a change of a break of structure to look forward to. All right, now I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so before I get rid of the divergence, I'm on the 1 hour right now, you guys. So clearly we are on a downtrend here, but that is divergence on a lower time frame. Let me just see. Okay, I don't know if you guys already know divergence, but you can see here. Does it look messy for you guys? Okay. So can you see this high that this is formed, right? So I just follow this arrow to see what I'm looking at all the way down here. Let me see if I can actually make this as well. I'm trying to. Okay, so this is the MACD, guys, and I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, there we go. So you guys can see the cross that happened here for the MACD, and then we got the drop down, all right? Now, if you guys can see here, this was a high, and then you can see, obviously, price went upwards, but on the divergence, which is this one, it's formed a bear, so obviously we had a drop. But I always like the MACD because whenever it does a crossover, I kind of think it's pretty accurate. Okay. Now let's look at this. So can you see this tops here, like the triple tops that it's forming? So here you can see price is at the bottom, price went up, and price keeps going up here. For example, even here, price is on the top. But however, you can see that the divergence is showing an equal like a very similar range top rather than giving us like the highs um but it's not doing that, so therefore I would say you're probably going to give us another top here and it's going to drop. All right, so that's divergence for you guys in a sense that it's giving us a bearish divergence. Okay, gonna quickly look at the top. Yeah, look at that, guys. Can you see, like on the higher time frame as well, we are getting all bearish momentum. Okay, so price could literally come up here. Where's this? Yeah, price could be there, go at this level, and then tank. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that just so that it's not so messy, and I'm going to show you guys the premium and discount zones right now. So what I'm looking for, before I do that, what I'm looking for, this would be an area of interest for me for price to come to on a 15 minutes premium zone. Price could also come here to take this out, which may not happen, but I'm gonna look. What I'm looking for also is to give me further confluence. Obviously, we have got my moving averages, which I want to put onto the chart shortly. But you can see right here on the 15 minutes on the MACD, we've got the cross to the upwards. So it's not even ready for a sell. So obviously, I'm not going to be looking for a sell at the moment on a 15 minutes. But I do want to see a change of structure to the downside on the 15 minutes before I actually do a sell. Though I do think it's coming very soon. Okay. On the 5 minutes, you can see it's starting to get there. We will get there, but I do feel like there might be a little bit more push up. Okay, on a 5 minutes, we have rejected the equilibrium, and I do think that price will continue to go up a little bit more before it actually tanks. But let's just see. Okay, so I am going to be waiting for the crossover to happen, and then if I on my moving averages, okay, I am going to drop down to the 1 minute for it to start giving me a downtrend. That means it has to align towards the downwards. But you can actually see here it has flipped to the downside from here. Even though price has been going up, this is a divergence in itself. But it's teetering. It's going to give me a down entry, a sell entry, guys. Very soon, once the moving averages merge and they start to fend the opposite direction for a sell on a 1 minute 3 minutes around that region, I'm going to go in for sell entries. So I'm just waiting for like entry which can be as perfect as possible, just so that my stop loss can be a bit more tighter. All right, so these are the areas you want to kind of take note of. And any of you who are thinking, how did I get this premium discount zones? It's all in the smart money concept, guys. Okay, so if you just go on to the smart money concepts, which I use for my zones, it's right at the bottom. You can toggle it on and off, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, that's what I think. So I've put some alerts here where I'm expecting price to see what a breaker structure. So I am waiting for price to see if it does go back and touch those zones. You have got a weak high at the top of the premium zone. So let's see how that goes and how that plays out. All right. Mhm. Yeah. All right. So that's my analysis. Oh, on a 1 hour, US30 has crossed to the downside. So here, if you can notice, it crossed here, guys. So to be really honest with you, it's touched the premium zone. It has already crossed to the downside. I do think this entry here is pretty valid for a sell on a 1 hour, even though the moving averages are not fanning out. However, I do want to wait for this to fan out the way, or at least like start crossing over in the opposite direction before I actually get an entry, because it might not just be that entry just yet. Even though we have got a crossover on the 1 hour, which is really strong to tell us that price is going to drop very soon, but I do want to just make sure that the entry is pretty as accurate as I can get to. All right, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this analysis. I'm actually excited about this trade just to see how that will play out, because I really do think that I mean it is to me a very thought out analysis, and there is a lot of fair value gaps and a lot of liquidity that needs to be swept. Look at this. Do you guys see that? So I'm like, price has to drop at some point, and I do think this is the point that it may drop. Let's just look for further confirmations. Like I said, the main thing for me is on the 1 minute. I do want to see my moving averages went out. So may not get the best top entry, but I do believe that we just need to be a bit get more confluence on the lower time frames before we actually do an entry. All right, guys. So yeah, let's see how this plays out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.